Welcome to the Live and Learn podcast. If you're new to the podcast, we talk about finance, lifestyle, and the many things in between. My name is Arpan.
I'm David G. If you live for the good moments
and learn from the bad,
you're in the right place. This is the Live and Learn podcast. All right, let's get into it. So, if you guys haven't noticed, we're in an entirely different location now. We are no longer in Florida from our previous episode.
We were going to stay there forever. But then technical
it's too
issues.
sweaty there. But yes, we are back in our home state of Minnesota, and we managed to lock down a permanent location for the foreseeable future to record in. And through a family friend of ours, we were able to get this office room, and yeah, this should be pretty nice for the time being. So yeah, we hope you guys enjoy. Hope it's not too different of a change, because you better get used to it. All right. So let's jump into it then. So today we are talking about divergence. As Google describes it, it is defined as, It is defined as, oh my God, am I doing this? It is defined as the process or state of diverging, which is like really, really lame as far as the definition goes. But what can you do?
Yeah. You live and learn. Wow. You're welcome.
But yeah, for most of you, I think you understand what the term diverging means. You're just moving away from a specific path or moving away from a set direction. So yeah. We're going to talk about kind of our own experiences with divergence.
Wow. My phone's not muted.
Smooth. All right. Before we're so rudely interrupted, we're going to be talking about divergence in our own personal lives. So we're talking about school in the beginning. Kind of our experiences as far as like why we aren't currently going like the school route, as far as like, you know, go to school, graduate, get a job, and gain security in life. So I will let you, Arpan, start it off, break it down for us.
Yeah. So we both quote unquote dropped out of college.
I just go to a different school now. I only go to school to make my parents happy.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much dropping out of college.
Transferred. Dropout sounds worse.
I wear it with, pride.
So does Kanye.
Yeah. Well, I'm like Kanye.
That's not what I said.
Yeah. What was that? You're my yay now.
You're my whoa.
You're my whoa now. That's a good little skit. We're going to put it into the show notes. Love you.
Continue.
But yeah, both of us dropped out of college, and we're both...
For reference, we both went to North Dakota State University in Fargo, North Dakota.
Oh, beautiful place. Never visited.
Very flat.
Yeah, it's terribly flat. But yeah, we both dropped out of college, and I think we're both trying to find a avenue in life that we can be happy with, right?
Sure.
Because at the end of the day, that's the goal. And let's just, like, how'd you come upon your decision to drop out of college?
Well, as I stated earlier, I simply transferred schools.
Semantics.
Because, again, I only go to school to make my parents happy. Well, the reason why I figured going to 4-year school wasn't going to work out was, one, because the major I was in, computer engineering, is kind of a hassle once you get to the 3rd and 4th year. And I did not want to be stuck in academia for an extended 1 to 2 years, because I am not smart enough to get it done in the remaining 2. So that was kind of my decision there. I guess I could have ultimately stayed and finished it out, but
just chugged it out.
I could have, but the place we were in also just didn't help. Like
Yeah.
being in Fargo, North Dakota, as we initially said, very flat, also very boring. It's not the best environment to like stay in for a super long time,
Yeah.
but like I feel like even that is kind of like an excuse. But
I think it's amazing. This is kind of off topic, but because of the fact that COVID happened and a lot of people started thinking about what they actually want to do, because people had time, like they were laid
Yeah.
off, something happened, but they had time to think. So if you go back to Fargo right now, the artistic community has been thriving actually.
has it really?
It's really surprising to me.
In like what realm specifically?
Photography, videography. I'm pretty sure
People
like
do film up there.
there are decent like I know 2 to 3 people who do car related stuff because that's what I do. But yeah, like I've been hearing of more people, so like that's a good sign.
All right, I can dig it.
Yeah. But yeah, a little tangent.
And that's like another thing about Fargo is I would say personally that its creative community is very lacking, which is part of the reason why I like went back to Minneapolis because there's legitimately so much to do here as far as like creativity goes in arts, specifically film, and I was able to build up a lot more connections there, and that's part of like the big reason why I decided to move back so I can build those connections. I wanted to stay in school really only part time because again, make my parents happy. Really just doing that to either pay like some like basically to save money when I do like graduate, get the degree there. But my main focus would just be working on business. So that would either be my own film business or working on other projects in Minneapolis. But yeah, there's just I think the idea of like diverging from like that straight path for me was just realizing that I wanted to do more things and I didn't want to wait to do it, which may not be the best example.
You weren't really happy with the position that you were in, right?
Basically.
And you kind of have to put it into terms of like, what's going to make me happy when I'm doing it for the rest of my life. Which is like kind of a bad way to think about it because like there are people who make career changes and then go on to be very successful because they wanted to do it and they did it, and I'm not like docking that at all. But,
what do you mean? Like you said, making career changes, like doing something for a while and then changing it later because you like something else more, right? Yeah. Yeah, you can like realize that you don't like it later on.
Yeah, but like the traditional path is, hey, you pay for 4 years of college and then you spend the rest of your life paying back the 4 years of college that you went to. And, you're stuck in it because you need to pay it back.
Yeah.
That's your life.
That's, depending on where you go, yes, tuition can be like a stupid amount. But for most people, I feel like you can pay off a lot of student debt by like 40 if you're lucky.
Yeah, that's 40.
Yeah, and yes, that
Have you
like
even started thinking about what you're going to do at 40 yet?
No, I'm not concerned about that.
Yeah.
I'm going to be young forever. But
no, it's crazy to think the amount of time that, people just kind of give away.
Yeah, we kind of stay in purgatory in college, not really moving any further or any or moving any forward or any backwards. Learning, the tricks and skills to the trade.
Yeah.
But the moment you get out of school, you're then kind of making progress in like the work you do, but you're also paying back your student loans. And for a lot of people, if you're not actually working in a field that you enjoy, you're just working until you're like 60 or 70 until you can retire, and then you enjoy whatever money you have after that. And I think that's like kind of what's been standard for the longest time. I think it's starting to change a little bit more now.
No, I think we're dawning upon an age of people just not wanting to, live this drudgery so that they might
realizing that it's okay to like diverge and do something else.
Yeah. No, even beyond that, right? It's people realizing that they just want to do what they love because there is only so much time.
Again, like, yes, there is only so much time to do what you want, but I feel like there's been like that stigma of your parents say the high school you go to says it, like everything around you says you're going to follow the specific path. You're going to go to high school, you're going to apply to a college, you're going to go to a college, you're going to get a degree, you're going to do this job, and maybe you'll be allotted some time to get some hobbies in there.
Yeah.
And that's about it. And I think it's a testament to, like you said, like the era that we are kind of coming into. Kids are realizing that they want to enjoy more in their life. And you can still do that with like a 9 to 5 and everything. I think you'll definitely be allotted far more security in the early stages there. But I feel like there's not a lot of room to build after the fact, unless like you jump ship and start doing your own thing.
Yeah, at some point, I think you just kind of have to dive off that cliff.
I agree. Well, what do you think are some of the obstacles that you need to push through to like get past the social norms of high school, college, work forever?
Me personally, most of it is just not caring about like what like other people say or what they like, what they have believed has like, worked. Because I'm sure it works, but will it make me happy is where I'm coming from, right? So I think you just kind of need to get over the fact that like some people are just not going to accept that, you dropping out of college will ever work out.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of the time, the people saying that are your parents. You're like a direct, for most people, you're a direct form of support. And they're like telling you, hey, you're going to regret this decision. I don't think this is a good idea. Stay in school, ride it out, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And of course, they want like the best for you. But I think only you yourself can know what's best for you.
Yeah.
And that kind of just like comes through like time and learning who you are.
And like, even if you don't know what's best for you, I think you're the only one that can discover what is best for you. So like, yeah, you could blindly follow somebody telling you what to do for the rest of your life, but will you have truly like wanted it yourself? Because like, I want to make my own fuck ups too.
Sure.
And like, I think that's a big part of living. And
yeah, I think another factor in that is, like you said, finding your way, navigating this like a world of like independent work, if that is like the route that you decide to go through, and making something for yourself. I don't think there's really a roadmap for how you achieve these things. I think nowadays there's like a lot of YouTube videos telling you, hey, if you follow this, and this step, you'll be like, top 10 drop shippers in the world. But
I think it's getting over a lot of your own personal like issues and like ideologies. because
You're breaking the mold.
yeah, but even within yourself, because you kind of need to, like, not everybody is made in the manner that, like, they go out there and just start making money.
Of course.
Yeah. I think a lot,
No one
especially like when it comes to art, like, you barely know what you're doing. And, like, you just kind of keep running and hope that, like, what you're doing is right.
I don't think the hope bit is important, but I don't think you should just hope that you're doing the right thing. I think you also have to do your research.
Well,
and,
yeah,
like,
you
make
do
sure
your,
like you plan yourself for success.
yeah, you do your research, but, like, at the end of the day, I do think a lot of it comes down to very minuscule, like, events of chance.
I say chance is a big part of it.
Yeah.
Like, there are definitely like certain instances that can like push you further. You know, and of course, like, you know, luck is a very big like factor of that. But I think the more you put into it, the more likely those instances are gonna happen.
Yeah. Like, the level of, like, commitment that you put into it and like the time that you put into it just gives you more of that time for you to stumble upon that luck.
Of course.
Is like my thought process.
Of course, you make your own luck.
Yeah. So it's kind of like bargaining with luck, I guess.
Bargaining with luck. I mean, I guess like it's very like big saying. Well, a saying I've been hearing lately is it takes 14 years to be a overnight success. And that's what a lot of people don't realize is in these like independent realms. Like, I'll make myself like an example. Well, actually, I don't think I'm a good example because I have not reached full success yet. But
no, like, think about Beeple, right? Do you know his story?
I do not.
3D render artist recently sold
an NFT for like
an NFT for 60.
Wasn't it 70?
Yeah, 70 mil. So a bit of change. And this man has been making art for, I think, 21 years every single day.
Yeah.
And his, like, the NFT that sold for that amount of money was
all of his NFTs put into one picture.
Yeah, a collage of like all of that time and effort that he put into it.
Yeah.
Because like he never took a sick day. This man has been creating literally every single day. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the grind.
Yeah. And I think like that's the part where, like, you know, it takes 14 years.
100%. And you can't stop moving if you decide. And like, don't get me wrong, like breaks are definitely a really good thing to take note of, because when you're tired and you're forcing yourself to keep moving, take a break. By all means, take a break, slow down, you know, recenter yourself, but pick yourself up after that and push on, continue, because to achieve that like success, I won't even say that level of success. If you want to achieve success, you can't stop the momentum, because the moment you do is the moment you die.
Yeah.
Solid. All right. So how do you think you deal with self-doubt then?
That's a hard one. Like, me personally, I kind of take a while to process through that. Like, there are still things like about like my own art that I still have doubts about, and like I've talked to you a lot about that, and for me it takes a while, like 6 to 7 months. It's just like trying to
6 to 7 months to get over yourself.
Yeah. Because like I think I overanalyze, and that's kind of a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, because you keep, like, it's a loop of the same thing happening in your head.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to justify how this is, like, bad or good, depending on the subject.
I think that's definitely good in practice temporarily.
Yeah.
But what was something I learned in like music is if you're working like on a song or just like some type of like musical project, you finish, you listen to it, maybe it's good, maybe it's bad, move on. Move on, like keep moving to the next thing.
Yeah.
Because if you spend too much attention on like the one thing, you're never gonna get it the way you want it to. You kind of just have to eventually be happy and move on to the next thing. Because even though you might not like it, someone else might be really into it.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing, because I'll show my like work to people, like, and they will be like ecstatic about it. And I think that's what I'm trying to grasp right now.
Yeah.
That there's a disparity between what I think is great and what other people think is worth something. And I think, and I'm still in the process, so I can't really talk much about it.
Well, no, it's like the age-old saying, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
Like everyone's gonna like view the work you do differently.
Yeah, especially like, I think it's worse for artists because like you spend so much time on the same thing, so like exactly what you didn't want in it, but it's so hard to change it after the fact that it just eats away at you.
Yeah.
And
you just gotta cut it off. Stop giving it your energy.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess for me personally, I think I have such a high ego that.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
I never noticed.
I think I have a really high ego that allows me to avoid some doubt in myself, because I think I'm a very competitive person in the way if I think I'm doing something and I see someone else doing it at the same level I am, I'm gonna want to be better than that person. I'm going to want to work harder than that person, and at the end of the day, make sure that my project or whatever I'm doing is better than that person's. So I guess what stops me from like doubting myself is just working harder, and I think that might be like kind of misconstrued as me being a workaholic, which I guess I kind of am.
I think, no, like, that's something that I've kind of stumbled upon. Movement is actually so good for you. Like, whether it be like, you moving on to like the next creative venture, or even like physical movement. Because like, I recently started working out like more regularly and more routinely. And I think that has definitely helped me, because it just gets you in that mindset of like, moving on, like, do the next thing. Like, here's where you're at. Here's where you want to be. Like, how do you get there?
Progress.
Yeah. Because like, you challenge yourself while you're working out, and like you kind of learn from those challenges, and you want to apply that to,
exactly. Every week
whatever
you're trying
else
to
you're
improve,
doing. Yeah.
set new personal records, incrementally get better at what you're doing.
Yeah.
Big steps to it all. Okay. So do you want to talk about some tips to staying dedicated to your crafts?
No, I'm a horrible person for that. Do you want to talk about that?
All right, I'll go first, then you have to go after.
Okay.
So, tip to staying dedicated. I know we've like kind of been repeating this a lot, but just doing it every day. I think.
Yeah, but I think that's what they want tips on.
Yeah, of course. It's just taking a time in your day to do something every single day. Don't like slack on it. Don't take too long of a break on it. Keep doing it during that allotted time, and you will improve. There is no shortcut to success. There's no shortcut to getting better at something. And I'll like equate this to learning an instrument. So recently I have been learning the bass guitar. I chose a allotted time to play it, which is 9 a.m. I get up, play for 20 minutes to like an hour, and move on. But I stopped for maybe like a week or something like that. Got busy or whatever it was. When I went back to it, noticed I wasn't as smooth as I used to be.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what cripples you. If you, the moment you stop, it's the moment you die. I like repeat that as many times as I have to. And it takes, you basically took like 2-3 steps backwards, stopping, like breaking routine and not continuing with that.
Yeah.
So if you want to get better at something, whether that be art, whether that be picking up a skill, your craft, pick a time during the day when you have availability. Pick a time during the week if you need to, and do it every single time if you actually want to get better at it. Otherwise, if you just like do here and there, you won't see any significant growth.
Yeah, I think I have to mirror whatever you said, because with everything that I've tried, nothing has truly worked other than like, just getting up and doing it. Because at the end of the day, you need that experience of like making something terrible so you know what good looks like.
Sure.
And, that's about it.
I mean, what's your schedule then? Like what you said, you want to mirror what I said. Do you not like have because I know you do like a lot of work in Blender. Is that like mostly random when you decide to do it?
I have been trying to keep a day-to-day like schedule for that, but I recently changed jobs, so like that kind of got out of whack. So I've just been trying to do it like at least open the app once a day and just sit down and like at least think about something and like do something in it.
Okay.
But hopefully like I'm gonna start like putting like an hour aside for that every day and like work more on it.
Groovy. Yeah. Consistency is key. All right.
Yeah.
And then do you want to reiterate what your tip was again?
My tip for
what is the tip for? That's a great question. For staying dedicated to your craft.
Oh no, like as I said, like pretty much mirror yours. Like you gotta do what you gotta do and just stick with it. I know there are like days that are just terrible and like, you can't get yourself to want to do it, but I think even just like opening the app or like getting the pencil in your hand or whatever you're trying to get better at, just like getting in that zone and even just like sitting there, like doing the bare minimum, that kind of gets you into a thought process of, hey, what if I just like practice for like 20 minutes? Because I think once you get the atmosphere, some of it just comes naturally. And yeah, just try to get yourself into a space where that happens.
Groovy. All right. So we've kind of talked about just the general meaning of divergence and as far as moving on in a different direction career-wise. So we're going to talk about what stage we are in as far as our own personal independent work.
I am still exploring the cavern of like, hey.
The cavern?
Yeah, the very, very dark cavern of like, hey, how do I monetize this? Because I think like the self-doubt works into that a bit because I still
knowing your self-worth.
Yeah, I
Or the
still
worth
have
of your
that.
work?
Yeah, I still have that doubt of like, do people want to pay for this?
Mm-hmm.
And I can talk to as many people as possible. I think I just need to somehow figure it out because, yeah.
So I think this is where ego really comes in.
Yeah.
Like, and I even like struggle with that aspect a bit
Mm-hmm.
too, and I'll explain what I mean in a bit, but just you have to believe that the prices you're setting for like that, whether it be like a set of pictures, individual pictures, whatever it might be, is what your time and skill is worth.
Mm.
And you should not fold to anyone. If if someone's asking for like a cheaper price or saying like, wow, this is a bit expensive, explain to them why it is that expensive. You are a skilled professional in your field. You do this, this, and this to make sure that the shoot goes right. You include these tricks in order to get something. You just what your work involves.
'Cause
make that more dimensional.
Yeah, I have done that, like, an hour analysis on, like, how much time I've put into it. Here's the equipment. Here's the number that I stumbled upon was 200 for 3 pictures.
Okay, well, look.
I can't justify that to myself. How am I going to convince someone else to pay that?
Okay, look. Being realistic is also a part of it. Have ego, have grand ego, but also be realistic. Because look, I'm not saying you can't eventually charge someone $200 for 3 pictures.
Yeah.
I'm sure eventually you could get someone to pay $3,000 for 3 pictures. They just have to be really good and worth the time and effort. So it's at your level, I would say you're kind of in the beginning stages of your photography company. You're like finding clients and trying to build a name for yourself. So with that, yes, you have to be reasonable with what you're charging, but let these people know why it's like that.
Like, another issue that I think I struggle with mainly is I started, like, most of the art that I've done in life has been ceramics, pottery, right?
Sure.
And that gives you a tangible object to sell. Photography, especially in the digital age, you're sending digital files. It's weird for me to put value onto something that's not tangible. So, like, that's why I'm trying to transition into prints, because like that prints actually just let me process how much something is worth, because I can see it, I can give it to someone, they can like put it somewhere, and the world can see it. But that digital realm is a weird thing for me. That's why like I still have a hard time processing NFTs and like how they're selling for like 2 million for like this cube that's spinning.
Well, NFTs are weird, and I'm not going to get into that too much. Maybe we'll have an NFT episode. But as far as the tangible and non-tangible, so for our viewers watching, Arpan is mostly a car photographer. He usually does photography in cars, going to car shows, or doing individual requests for someone. And the thing with that is, I feel like you definitely you're being limited because this is a specific niche. If you were like a photographer on, let's say, I don't know, just like some commercial brand, like you're doing a shoot for Nike and they're like trying to like do their fall sweater drop. The photos you're taking for them have value because they're going to be using it professionally in like a catalog of some sort, using it online, using it for ads, so on and so forth. So charging a high rate there makes sense. Having a non-tangible thing makes sense if you're working for something like
Well,
something
no,
retail.
I think that has more tangible value to it. Because like it's the whole.
Well, the tangible is less on your side. Because like I feel like it's more you're helping them sell an idea to someone.
Mm-hmm.
An idea, personally, I think is like the most intangible thing ever until you make it tangible.
Mm-hmm.
And to harken back to like the initial point is for a more individual consumer or customer, I guess I should say, they are going to value a print like much more because like this is like something they can like put up somewhere.
Definitely.
This is like a product. This is like a product they can use because I see it all the time as far as artists on like Instagram go. Like a lot of like digital artists or to name like I think the biggest one I can think of is McFly. Do you know who McFly is?
No clue.
So McFly is probably one of the biggest artists on Instagram. He's done like drawings or just like digital drawings for sports brands. He's done stuff for artists. He's done literal paintings for Kyle Kuzma. So he's very good at what he does, but he sells prints a lot of the time, and he sells those prints for like 500, 200, 300 usually.
I can't think of the name right now, but I there's another professional that I follow on Instagram that only sells. I'm not sure if he only sells prints, but it's Tyler Shields. Sorry, and he does this like. He started with doing series of pictures, kind of addressing the lifestyle and like criticizing the lifestyle of Hollywood. And he makes these amazing, massive, like 7 by 4 foot prints. And all of these are from like film negatives. So like it's crazy, and you stand in front of it and it's you can really
and is he selling
see
these
how
prints?
it's like
Okay, so speaking on like a more product base, he's also investing into it to get a return. So like the more you invest there, like the bigger your return is going to be. So if you're doing 7 foot fucking pictures, you can probably charge a few grand for that, especially if like the picture is good, like whatever you're doing, it's good. It's the tangible important on a grander scale. Like even if you wanted to sell not just to an individual person, having that tangible gives you more range.
Yeah. Well, what about you though? Talk about production a bit.
Production, okay. So I guess the stage I am in is kind of the middle stage. So I have
For context, he has a production company. He started with like 2 other of his buddies. And right now he's kind of maneuvering the same like landscape of, hey, we need customers. What's the pricing range? How do we go about this?
So my major issue right now is kind of something similar, but I'm being really strict with like costs. So let's say somebody comes up to me with a project idea they want to do, tell them the price. They're like, "Oof, that's a lot of money," and of course, it's a lot of money. Productions are kind of hefty, and it's all about like scale of work that you're doing. If you wanted some guy with like one camera to like shoot some stuff, with like the in camera like audio in it, I'm sure you could pay him like $50, maybe $100 to do it. But if you want an actual production, something that you want people to see and have it be good, then obviously it's going to be a bit more. So my issue has been finding clients that are already ready to scale.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to do because unless you have some type of connection or network already available to you, there aren't just going to be businesses or clients of whatever realm coming to you saying, hey, I need this and this done. Here's $2,000, get it done. So finding a way to get myself into the more professional world of production is kind of my issue right now. And how I've been navigating that is trying to work with agencies. So the way that most bigger production companies work is they partner or they get requested by a agency. So let's say Nike wants a shoe ad done. Nike hits this advertising company, tells the advertising company, hey, I want this ad for this shoe. Advertising company is like, all right, cool. They make a outline for what this ad is going to be. And then they take the outline, hit up production company, tell the production company, hey, here's the outline. Can you do this? Yes, no, yes, cool. Then production company films it, yada, 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 work gets done. So I am trying to cut myself into that instead of being being direct with a specific customer. So that's a lot easier, but also very hard to do.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I get that.
Because I try not to waver on cost at all, unless it is for someone I'm familiar with, I guess. Because we recently did a cooking promo or a catering promo for a friend, my director's friend. And we got that done, did it for $600. But the cost of the video I think would have been closer to around $1,200, basically half off. But for little things like that, I am okay with, because
I think it's a lot to do with the growing stages too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, you want work.
And word of mouth is so important.
Yeah. So
if I can get this person that I'm already tight with to say, oh wow, this is really good, then that kind of opens up my window even more.
Yeah. What's the next topic?
Next topic to talk about? All right. All right, I mean, I guess, so next we can talk about how or when we decided this was the right direction to go
in. I don't think I know if this is the right direction to go in.
Yeah.
I think I'm still going through the process of figuring out if this is the right direction. Because, I don't know, I don't think anybody knows they're going in the right direction. You just want to do something. And you
how do you know this is the right move for now?
You don't.
Well, no. You have to, though, because otherwise, why are you doing it? Why are you doing it if you don't see, growth in the future?
Well, it brings me joy. And I have seen examples of this being done in a successful manner.
Okay.
That's what I'm...
So it makes you happy.
Hedging all of my bets on.
Okay, yeah. So it makes you happy and you've seen other people do it successfully.
Yeah.
So is that not enough of a reason to know, okay, I'm going to go in this direction?
I don't think it's as tactile as other avenues.
Of course. I mean, I think anything in the creative realm is kind of doomed for failure if you're not doing it right.
Yeah. I wouldn't say doomed for failure, but
Well, okay. I won't
has
say
a
doomed for failure.
has a high chance of never being
Yes,
discovered.
exactly.
It's like the SoundCloud rapper syndrome.
The starving artist.
Yeah. Because like you could be great on SoundCloud. You could have like awesome music, but
well, to talk about like SoundCloud
found?
specifically, I think SoundCloud nowadays is like honestly garbage. I don't think anyone really gets discovered on SoundCloud anymore because it's oversaturated. Back in like 2016, when like if a few people got like I don't know like 3,000 like plays, then that song would eventually get to 1,000,000 plays because there's enough room in the fishbowl for growth there. But now
that's how Post Malone was made. Wow.
It's also how Lil Pump and XXX Tentacion, they were all SoundCloud rappers. And then they came up.
I didn't know XXX was.
Yeah, I think one of the like big songs that blew him up was Look at Me. Yeah, Look at Me.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
With the one kid with a blunt in his nose.
Iconic picture.
Very iconic. Side note, did you know that kid that's in the picture is in fucking jail now because he assaulted some dude?
That's kind of sad to think about, actually.
He's trying to rap, though.
I mean, I wish him luck.
Yeah, maybe he'll get some of that residual X clout.
I mean, I don't think you go for, residual clout. I think.
I don't know, man. Streets are dirty these days.
But anyways, we started this podcast with 78% battery. So we're going to have to be closing it up soon.
Whoa.
What?
We're not. Is the battery low?
I think it's getting down there.
Does it say, are there 2 bars or 1 bar?
When it's filming and you don't have anything, on,
Doesn't the battery thing show up, though?
I don't think so.
No, it doesn't? Okay.
No, I can't see it.
All right. Okay, then I guess we're going to go into our segment for the week. All right, so this week on Money Moves, we're talking about altcoins. So, do you know what an altcoin is?
Yes.
Okay, so our latest contributor of the altcoin pump and dump is Lil Pump.
Oh, really? What?
Yeah.
When did that happen? Because I heard about MILFcoin.
MILFcoin? Who made that one?
I don't know. I just saw it somewhere and they were talking about how it was a pump and dump scheme 3 months ago, or something like that.
And I know another big rapper one was Lil Yachty's Rap Doge. And I think it's kind of lame. Because the thing is, what a lot of these people are making these altcoins on, I forget what the platform is. Let me actually look it up.
What's your favorite altcoin?
My favorite one? Yeah. I hate them all.
Really?
They're all terrible. They're legitimately terrible.
What do you consider an altcoin actually?
And
anything that's not.
I mean, an altcoin. I mean, I think the general term that people are using is a different coin that's working off of the Ethereum blockchain.
Okay.
Okay, this is going to take too long, so I'm going to decide I'm not going to do it.
Wow.
Anyways, there's a platform that people are making altcoins off of, and it's basically the worth of your coin is dependent on your social currency. So basically meaning how popular you are or how much people like you. So this is entirely dependent on how much your fans enjoy you. And what I really despise about it all is just the fact that a lot of these big artists that I know for a fact have money, they're making residuals off of streaming, which sure might not be a lot. They're getting money but they're still going out of their way to take advantage of their fan bases in order to get a quick buck. Because the major issue with these altcoins is the fact that they're all like basically pump and dump scams. Because artists will say
Nobody sits down and makes a good like actual system for it.
It's not even the system thing. It's just, okay, hey guys, I just made this altcoin. It's gonna be the future. It's gonna go to the moon.
Well, yeah, but like, if you truly want a coin to last, you're gonna do something like.
But they don't.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what I mean though. Like, they're not putting anything into it.
Of
so,
course,
like,
because
how is it gonna be valued?
it's a pump and dump.
Yeah.
Get in quick, get out quicker.
Because like Ethereum is like going the extra mile. I shouldn't say extra mile. They're doing what they need to do to like keep it relevant, and they're like completely changing up like how they're. I don't know enough of a blockchain to talk about.
Okay,
it. Okay,
the thing there is like that's an actual investment. That's an actual like coin that has value that people are using for things. Because the entire NFT blockchain, the NFTs are on the Ethereum blockchain.
Yep.
That's where they gain their value. It's only traded with Ethereum, bought with Ethereum, so on and so forth. And there's value there. There's no value in these altcoins that celebrities are making. Because I know another relevant figure was... what's his name? Who's the one streamer guy? Aiden Ross.
No clue who that is.
You don't know? Wow.
Absolutely no clue.
Terrible. Not in the know.
Nope.
Anyways, Aiden Ross, since you don't know, I'm sure they know, is
you guys are smarter than me.
Really big streamer. Like he's been like getting like really big with like celebrities. He's like known for inviting like rappers onto his like streams.
Okay.
He's had people like Tory Lanez. He's had Yo Gotti. He's had I think who made Rapstar? Oh my god, you're terrible.
I don't even recall the song.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
How's it go? Hum it for me.
No, I'm not gonna do it. Anyways, he's done a lot of work with like big people, and he made an altcoin. Was a pump and dump scam. Said, hey guys, made this like coin, blah blah blah. It's gonna be big. Put money into it. People put money into it. Sells all of his investment in it. Gains a profit. Coin goes down.
Yeah.
We see the story like over and over again, and I think it's like really disrespectful to these people that have already been supporting you in your career.
Yeah.
And you basically just like backhand them and smile. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I think it's disrespectful to the OG altcoin.
And what's the OG altcoin?
Dogecoin, baby. Wow.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Dogecoin to the moon.
Is Dogecoin still going up?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? It hasn't gone back down then?
$60 in the last 5 days.
Really? Yeah. You kept your money in it?
Hell yeah.
So you've made...
To the moon. Diamond hands.
So you've made 140 total then?
No. I haven't kept it since like... I recently bought it again.
Oh, you bought it again?
Yeah. Because like I bought it way back in the day when it was like,
So you sold it when you made $80?
No.
Because like that's the last time you told me about it. You told me that you came up $80.
Yeah.
And you're telling me now you came up another $60.
When did I tell you this?
Me and like Mishka were talking about it.
Wasn't that a week ago?
Maybe. But I know for a fact you said you came up $80.
Oh. Well,
was that a lie?
It probably went down to $20 and now I'm up $60, baby. Let's go. But either way, I'm holding on to it. I like it. I think it's like, I don't know. I don't really have any faith in it, but like There's some part of
No
me that
one does.
there's some part of me that like truly just enjoys the fact that it exists.
I mean, I guess like the people who made it literally made it as a joke,
Yeah.
and now it's like kind of worth something.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think because of the fact that like these digital coins are getting so much traction recently, people do tend to like stick to either the well-known or like the historically like talked about ones. And Dogecoin just is up there.
I mean, yeah, like
everybody knows about it, and it
because
stays
of meme
relevant.
culture.
Yeah, but like Tesla is meme culture if you think about it.
Elon Musk makes Tesla meme culture. Did you see
But he
this
also
fucking robot
made
launch?
Tesla.
Did you see his robot launch?
No, I haven't seen it.
He launched a humanoid android.
Okay.
You haven't heard anything about this.
Elaborate on this.
It is literally just android, human shapes, black screen for face. That's it.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Have you read the pre-buys yet?
No, I don't care that much. It's literally because it's
probably sold out already.
I don't care. It's probably gonna be lame anyways. Because I know I watched
sold
like
out though.
Whatever.
Have you seen the tequila that fucking Tesla made?
They made tequila recently?
Yeah. No, it wasn't recent. It was like a couple of years ago. But that shit sold out so fast.
I mean, look, Elon is very good at selling himself.
I'm pretty sure like a bottle of that tequila is going for like $5,000 right now.
I don't doubt it. I mean, because I'm sure it was like a limited release. Like maybe they only made like 300 bottles, something like that. But
I love the shit that he produces. Wow.
I don't know. The Hyperloop was kind of whack.
Well, it's a terrible idea. Nobody should do it.
Yeah.
But he didn't produce it yet, so like, I love the shit that
he already has some shit under Los Angeles.
Is he using it?
Yeah. I don't think it's like available to the public yet.
Who's using it? The fucking Secret Service?
I don't know. It's supposed to be the underground highway, but like it's like the initial concept that they had digressed so much that it's literally just a hole that your car slowly drives through. Your Tesla drives through.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Make a train. Literally hold more people. It will just... It is better.
Yeah, put some tracks
objectively.
Get a train running.
High-speed train.
Yeah, Tesla should probably invest... Well, trains are already electric.
Yeah?
Invest in his own trains then. I don't know. Make trains better.
America would hate him if he did that.
If you made trains better, if you made public transportation better.
Yes.
Probably, considering how terrible America's transportation is. But
dude,
anyways,
think of how much money American like car manufacturers make off of cars being a thing.
Yeah. A lot of money. And they could like make a government contract with US that would like make it worthwhile for them. But anyways, we have gone far too off topic.
Yes.
From our initial.
On today's episode of Money Moves.
Yeah, so that's Money Moves for this week. So we're kind of done for today. I think we might honestly run out of batteries soon. Yes. Let's see. I
need to upgrade cameras.
Confident. So we are running on an hour and 5 minutes now. I think that's a pretty good time to cut it for today. So yeah, thanks for sticking with us today. I hope it was a little better than our first episode. I hope you guys notice a bit of growth from us. But yeah, we will.
Thanks for tuning in. You can go hit the like and subscribe button down.
Go on.
Growth. Growth. This is the type of audience that we're looking for.
Oh my god. So yeah, like and subscribe because that's a thing. Apparently.
Wait, is this actually going on YouTube?
Yeah, it will be eventually.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah, like and subscribe. Got this.
Like and subscribe, because apparently that's a thing that you have to say. Otherwise, people won't like and subscribe. You fucks have to be told what to do. So
And hit the bell notification as well.
yeah, of course.
So you know exactly when we post.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, that's it for this week. We'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.
It's terrible.
Why was it terrible?
No. Everything that I make is terrible.
Oh my fucking god.